a little bit more in my style. If I can, there we go. Because I feel like some could be better. Just gonna go to the very end to get Shrimpos. Boop. I'm just gonna do the comments like I did last time. And yeah. First one to do would be... Now, I have like my own biases with some of the toons on like who I like more and who I'm more willing to draw first. But since I do have those biases, I might as well start with the one I don't like, which is Poppy. Why don't I like Poppy, you might ask? I don't know. I just don't like her. Me and my friends just have this thing where we're like, I don't know why, but I feel like Poppy like would be just extremely rude for no reason. Even though people are like, oh no, she wouldn't be mean. She's like one of the nicest toons there. And I'm like, yeah, but she just gives me the energy of, though she looks like sweet and stuff, I feel like she would just be a tad bit rude. And by a tad bit, I mean she would like strangle you for like drinking a soda pop. And then she would apologize and say, oh wait, no, I didn't mean it. Whoops, sorry. That's the vibe I get from her. Like, she could be nice, but I don't think she would be like nice if she to get what she wanted. And there's nothing wrong with having those type of characters, I mean, hence why I redrawed her. But I just think this, though bubble braids are adorable, and I don't know why they didn't give her those, because it would have been perfect. I've redrawn her a few times. This is actually a complete different version of her where I'm like, yeah, you know what? Let's make her mean and Poppy. So this is just a whole new character at that point and stuff, so yeah. But we don't want a new whole character. We want Poppy. So I'm just gonna like, I think with the whole bubble braids thing, I think instead I'll have them like this in a circular motion than not. Also, I don't know why, but I feel like she would not be white. I don't know why. It's just, in my head, I look at her and I go, you know what? The way I think about you is literally the opposite of how others think about you, and that's saying something about myself, and I think it should be concerning. But I can't see her in the way others see her. I look at her and I go, yeah, you're not that nice of a toon. I just have that in my head, and I don't know why. I look at her and I go, yeah, you're a jerk, even though realistically she probably isn't. But since it's my designing thing, I'm just gonna design her on how I would view her, which would be girl can be mean. Also, me finding Poppy's original design ugly and not liking her does not mean I actually like hate the idea of Poppy. I think she's really like cool idea. I just really don't think it was executed well. I know people are like, oh, she's so cute, her design's so cute, and I look at her and I go, she is the ugliest toon I've seen. I don't know why. I guess it's just me wanting everything to be over accessorized and like have like their own uniqueness, but I don't know why. But Poppy, just I look at her and I go, bleh. I just don't know why I don't like her that much. I feel like realistically I should be liking her because everyone else likes her, but I'm like, I don't want to like you. You look bad in my eyes. Also, though I already changed her design in this one, I'm just doing it a little bit different. Just to like fit something better in my mind. 'Cause I do think there would be certain like ways they would actually dress themselves. And with Poppy, I don't know why. I wanted the vibe of, oh, she's making herself look cute and stuff, but I mean, I think it's better than the original design, but you can tell that I didn't care fully for her, because this coherent looks good, looks coherent, good, silly, but with her design here, you can just tell she was the first one I did, and I did not want to do her. I was like, I did like everyone else. I worked a little bit with the outfit. I added things. I was like, yeah, let me add stuff. With Poppy, I feel like I just did a recolor, added some bows, changed her hairstyle, and went, you know what, here's some shoes. I give up with you. I don't want to even like design you. But now I am, because just because I don't like a toon doesn't mean I gotta neglect them, I guess. You can't neglect every toon you don't like. That's not how this works. And I'm going, I don't want to do this. But basically the idea is, I like the idea of her wearing bows, though her original design doesn't have it. Do I know why her original design doesn't have her wearing bows? I mean, it has a bow, but I feel like one bow is not enough bows. Like, I don't know why it's only one bow, and that makes me mad. It makes me mad. I don't know why it makes me mad, but seeing she only was wearing one bow just made me, like, feel uncomfortable. And it's not even, like, the idea of, oh, it's one bow. It's the idea of, like, in my mind, I was just thinking, what is your design? I did not like her design. Could not like her design. I looked at it and I was like, no, absolutely not. And I wanted to just not do her. So think of this as me going, you know what? I gotta do stuff I don't want to do sometimes, basically. So now I'm actually drawing her, because if you could tell, I actually was adding stuff and drawing with the character. Like, you can tell I was drawing them, but then it came to Poppy and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I really went, no, everyone else can get drawn, but I don't want to do Poppy. I'm not wasting my time with that. But now I realize I have to do it. You can't just say, oh, I'm gonna redesign every character in my style and then not do it for one because you don't like them. So now I am, and it's still not gonna look the best because I don't like Poppy. I think that's, from what I'm telling you guys, that should be common knowledge, but I don't like Poppy. Not one bit. So if some stuff looks like worse, that's because I don't want to actually be doing this for her. Like, I like designing characters I don't like more than the ones I do, because normally I don't change them that much if I like them. Except from, I like Cosmo, I thought his original outfit was so ugly, but I was like, I don't want to do like, I like doing characters I don't like, because that means I'm going to change the design more to my liking, but with Poppy, it's just like, I don't like you at all. So, yeah. Okay, here's the basic of her outfit. Let's add things now. I don't like the Superman thing logo I gave them. I don't, even though I feel like she would do it. I did put Poppy on her shoes though, solely because I feel like she would, like, write her name on anything she owned. Do I get that vibe from her because I may not like her? Yeah. I get the vibe of something I don't like about a character, but I'm inputting it because even though it might be extremely mischaracteristic, I don't know why. I just cannot like certain parts of Poppy. And it's my friends too. We all just collectively go, ew, Poppy. And I don't have issues with people who play the tune. It's just, I don't like Poppy myself. And I always get super confused when people are like, oh, I love Poppy, she's a diva. And I'm like, girl, it's ugly. What are you guys talking about? And I wish to understand the Poppy liking, because I don't get it at all. So, yeah. Oh, great. I put it at the wrong angle, didn't I? Yeah, whatever. Here we go. Whatever. I kind of want to just make her look bougie. I don't know why. I know that might not fit her personality, according to you guys, but I just can't see her as, like, I get it, she's athletic and stuff, but I just don't see her. I don't see parts of her that you guys see, and I'm going, I don't get this. I'm gonna use that as a, like, down part, I think, but I don't see it. I really don't. I look at her and I go, why do people like you so much? I have a good idea. Since she's athletic, I'll make her explorer. Like an extravagant explorer character. Because that's how I see the scarf right now. Let me just blend that in a little bit. But, yeah. I feel like Poppy, would she wear goggles? I feel like she would. Just like for fashion, but since people keep telling me, oh, Poppy really likes, like, blah 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 fitness, blah 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 whatever, personality lore thing, and I go, okay, could care less, but okay, so I'll add it. Cause me, my personal vendetta against Poppy should not change the quality. I say as I am actually not caring fully about the quality. Whatever, but that's just my opinions on Poppy. Don't like her. If you like her, that's fine. Would I understand what you? No, I would be confused, but it's fine. Can I personally see why people like Poppy? No. I wish I could. Also, I feel like I should start scripting because some things I'm saying don't make sense. But yeah. Oops. I am a certified Poppy hater at this point in my life, which people may not like, but that's okay. Also, it's not a vendetta against starters. Many times when I tell people I'm not a fan of Poppy, they'll be like, oh, why do you hate starters? And I'm like, no, I don't hate the player, I hate the toon itself. There's a difference. The difference is, it's not the toon, instead of it being, it's not the toon, it's the player, for me, it's the toon, not, what am I saying? For most people in the game would be like, it's not about the toon, it's about the player, and I'm like, it is about the toon. I just do not care. But if I see someone playing Poppy, I generally would just not care. Like, generally in my mind, I look at someone playing Poppy and I go, ew, okay, they're a starter. Or not, if they are not a starter and they just want to play Poppy because they like her. I don't care. I mean, I have an addiction to Bobette of all toons, and many people don't like Bobette, so I don't know. Yeah, a bow on her shoes might look good. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I'm starting to actually, learn more about, toon lore. Even though I knew a lot of it, I'm starting to actually digest toons and their personalities, which make me wonder more of why characters mischaracterized. Hello? And I know that's gonna sound hypocritical when I just said about hating Poppy, but, in my mind, with the whole Shelly and V thing, why y'all saying V hates Shelly when, no, people just find Shelly annoying? That's the lore. The other toons are finding her, annoying and stuff. Actually, thinking of it, though, Dial is concerned about Shelly. He's not concerned about her, he's concerned of her actions and her addiction to dinosaurs. But I feel like Shelly would be, that one weird kid that's extremely annoying and doesn't stop talking about their hyperfixations. That's how I personally view Shelly, because that's how she seems to be acting with other characters, and from Dao's description, it does sound like all she talks about with others is dinosaurs, and I guess that just throws people off. And that's how I view Shelly. I like Shelly, though. I think she's pretty, a cute character. I just personally like the headcanon, the fact that the reason why she gets lonely is because everyone just looks at her and goes, "Stop talking about dinosaurs. We're trying to have a cup of tea here. Hello?" And that's what I like about my hyperfixations. Not hyperfixations, my headcanons. Which a lot of people view Shelley as forgotten. I think she's more forgettable than forgotten. She's like Toons, in my mind, like a lot of Toons don't forget her, and the show doesn't forget her. She's just not people's favorite. I think Bassie into the lore is actually the forgotten one, because that's her lore. That she's not actually meant to be like a main. She's not fit to be a main and stuff. Which is a very sad lore thing. And speaking of Bassie, I wonder why people mischaracterize her to like wanting Coco dead. Like, y'all, calm down. I don't think she wants like to slaughter Coco. She's jealous of her. Jealousy doesn't mean you want to kill someone. Jeez. Like, I think it's just that's the type of headcanon that I just can't get with, when they're like, oh, this toon hates one toon so much they want him dead. And I'm like, I feel like I understand that if it was like Shrimpo, because I think Shrimpo definitely has some dead bodies in his closet at this point. But I just don't think that someone, like a character like Bassie, generally would want that. Like, it don't make sense to me. But that's okay. Like I mentioned, I'm doing this in my style, and I feel like though she has a very bubbly, like she is a bubble, I feel like I would personally go on the fact to give her square eyes instead of more circular ones, just because contrast. Generally, I don't think I would dislike Poppy as much. Like, if she looked like her design was actually more digestible for me, and I don't even know if I'm using that word right. If her design in my eyes was better, I wouldn't care as much. Like, I still would get the feeling of, I feel like you would be a jerk, but I would care less, because I prefer characters that are like, yeah, they're a jerk, but if they have actually like something different about them other than that, to the point where I can be interested in them, I wouldn't mind that. In my eyes, just make a character look somewhat interesting and I'll care more. If you don't do that, I won't care that much. Would I give her... Yeah, why not? Let's give her, like, a heart design, too. Because her bow is kind of shaped like a heart in a little bit. There we go. Oh, no, it's clicked. Okay. let's just draw over this and it will look better. There we go. Her eyes are a little bit hard to see, so I probably should make them darker. Yeah. Okay. I feel like if Poppy had other design, I would like her more. Because characters can be like jerks. I'm trying to think of a character that's mean. And then, well, like Shrimpo. Shrimpo is like literally so like hurtful. Yet I find him like more like interesting and care about him more than Poppy because I don't know much about Poppy. Because Poppy is more bland than Shrimpo, even though Shrimpo is just a shrimp. Which I feel like Shrimpo's design is still quite boring. And I get it. Animation rigs can be like obnoxious to do because, well, they take forever and it's harder to animate more and more detailed things, but I feel like even like little things like eye highlights could make them actually look like they have a soul. I still wish they had like eye highlights because I feel like it would generally make them look cuter and bring more shock whenever they're in the twisted form. There we go, now you can see her eyes a little better. That's better. You know, we're done with Poppy, I think. Now, is there anything else I want to add? And if you're wondering about the bows, her hair is shaped like a bow, and the mini bows, I think, are good enough. Of course, I did, do less in this design than this one, but I feel like this one looks just better. So Poppy is now done. You go to the alleyway, my friend. And next is Tisha. Our girl Tisha, yes. Sorry your ex-wife came to, the show. I know that probably is awkward, but that's okay. Boop, bop, beep. Also, I like BRUSHA, because yes, though being a jerk to absolutely everyone, I mean, girl was bullying Scraps, like, geez. Girl starting beef with everyone, but I like her solely because, I think, like, she could have really interesting lore, which made me care about her a little bit. And I like her design. I know some people don't like her stance, but I do. I like anything that's interesting, because if it's interesting, I'm gonna, like, care about it a little bit more. And I personally like it when characters have, like, obvious issues, which might sound weird, like, why do you like characters that got problems? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. I just feel like when there's more conflict between two characters, it fleshes them out more. Like, two characters get along, two don't. That's stuff I love. Also, I don't know why, but I headcanon certain characters with glasses. I don't know why I didn't add Boxin having glasses right here. I feel like it would have been, like, nice, but oh well. Whatever. Also, though in, like, most Tisha redesigns I see, they'll change, like, her to have another color than blue in her design, like, more colors. I don't know why, but I really like the whole cool thing. Like, everything's a cool color, and I'm like, wow, this reminds me of ice. There we go. And I feel like it would just be better in certain ways. Also, in her design, I think these were meant to be, like, resemblant of, like, most cleaning product have, like, this certain things. It looks kind of like, I generally forget what I'm saying, but if you recognize these type of designs on her dress, then, I don't know, you would understand what I was saying. There we go. I think this part is a very nice part of her. Do I know exactly why? No. I just like that part. I like the whole rufflies. Boop. Now. I think, adding certain design elements could really bring out Tisha more. I personally think of Tisha as more, I feel like Tisha just looks better if she looks more fancy. Like, I like thinking of her not just to be a cleaner, but, like, a fancy cleaner. Which is odd that I like to make a lot of characters a lot more fancy than they naturally would be. But, oh well. And, yeah. And I hear my sister breaking into my room. How lovely. So I'm basically uncomfortable. Basically, hi. Can I help you? Oh no, you're not eating that. Back to your area you go. Anyway, I whenever I went to put my sister back, the phone turned off, but Oh well. Hi, Fishy. Fish Sticks is my cat. Hi, Fish Sticks. I feel like the fancy gloves fit her and stuff. So we are adding gloves. So, hi Annabelle. So,
Marley, come here.
hi. So, basically, trying to think. No. Hi Annabelle. I have shut my door. Basically, trying to actually think. I just forget about what I'm thinking. Hi, Fishy. Hey, you're making biscuits. So, okay, that hurts. So basically, I like BRUSHA's design already. The lavender skin is a very, good skin in my mind. And I like how it looks. The only thing really about the skin I may not enjoy is, I kind of wish that, in their skins, when they use their abilities, it looks a little different. Because I feel like that would give a pretty nice contrast to stuff. But, of course, that would be just more difficult to do. Because, yeah. I just think it would look a little bit better. And would make the skin seem more, noticeable. I like the look of the earrings. Though realistically, she could not wear earrings, I like how it looks. really have much to say about Tisha, if you could not tell, but I feel like her lore being expanded on with BRUSHA, that makes me happy, because I feel like otherwise Tisha was and would be just a very forgettable toon. Because if there's not really like all too much lore for a character, people would just care less about them, which is just life. I personally like headcanon her and Tegan to be good friends. Do I know why I headcanon this? No. Also, I'm giving her more detailed eyes just to make her look prettier, because I like to think that when BRUSHA and her were actually married, since BRUSHA is a painter, I feel like putting notice on like more designs, making BRUSHA look more beautiful, not BRUSHA, Tisha, I feel like paying more attention to the physical features with her design would be better, since her lore deals with a painter. Painters notice details, and I think it would be like, if there was old paintings, they would see like more detail brought to like her painted eyes or something, like making her look beautiful, basically. Because that's how I personally would view her. Very classy. And it would also make sense with like her skin and BRUSHA skins being polar opposites, which I like. I enjoy that they look so different from each other. Do I want the small glasses or big glasses? I think small, actually. So, basically, I'm trying to think. I keep forgetting what I'm thinking about. So, basically, hi Annabelle. So basically, I just want to make her look extremely elegant. I wish that there were characters with glasses, because none of them do have glasses. None have like any like, how do I describe it? All the toons seem to share like all very similar looking designs, even though they don't look alike, but certain attributes of all of them are alike, like the bodies, the I don't know, I feel like it's hard to tell and read expressions just from how they look. So, yeah. Yeah, I like the eyebrows. Add slightly more details. Now looking at this design and this design together, I think I might add like a wristband that also can like look like a watch. Actually, I prefer just plain gloves. There we go. And Tisha is now done. We shall put her in the pile with Poppy. There we go. The pile. Now, next is Cosmo, who I changed quite a bit, actually. Do I know why I changed him so much? No, but I guess I had an issue with how he looked. Okay. Now, looking at Cosmo, I don't have any, I feel like his design has nothing wrong with it. It's just kind of lackluster, and then his outfit itself in his original design made me go, ew. I don't know why, I just didn't like how he per se looked. And I think Cosmo looks cute, it's just not my cup of tea with the outfit choice. Oh. There we go. There we go. Now, Cosmo is an interesting character for my ideal, designing thing, because one, he's just not a character that fit in my style. He was very bland with, a simple hoodie and stuff, hence I changed it a lot. So, personally, though cute, I feel like he just didn't stand out too much. I enjoy Cosmo, I remember him, even though his design, I just don't like it as much. I think his skins look all pretty cute, it's just design, his default. So, yeah. Basically, I just, think my main issues with his design would be the outfit and maybe how his face is. If you couldn't tell, I gave him like whiskers and stuff. Because I felt like it. Also, I don't know why, but looking at how Cosmo acts, I feel like, yeah, he would obviously wear baggy stuff, but also just by looking and knowing his dialogues, I feel like, I don't know why, I just get this vibe of just fresh out of college, would willingly bring, like, cookies to a game. I don't know how to describe the vibe I have of Cosmo, because generally how I be looking at him is like, I just see him with a lot more softer exterior. No, I think he's more laid back. That's what I'm looking for. Like his design, like this, I feel like he's just a softer character. Whoops. Personally, I feel like Cosmo would be on the chubbier side. Not even because he does baking or anything, just because of his object. how to just do a quick layout of, like, of his actual drawnness, because I couldn't, like, I could picture it, but I needed to quickly do a guideline of what I was doing. There we go. Oh. Looking at this looks a little weird, so let me just... That's better. I'm gonna add more detail to certain aspects to him. In a hot minute, I'm just adding some things. Thinking of it, I think he would be a hippie. Do I know why? No. I look at Cosmo and I go, that just reminds me of a hippie, and I don't know why. His design don't even, like, his original design don't even scream hippie to me, but, like, his design doesn't, like, make me think of hippies, yet every time I redesign him, I make him look like a hippie, and I'm like, why? I don't know. Whoops. Actually, I think it would be easier if I... then did that. There we go. That looks atrocious. I think Cosmo would be short. I mean, he's definitely not tall, but I feel like he would be just, like, very short. Don't know why. Cleaning up line art. There we go. You're not even going to be able to see the front part of his thing because I put his apron on him. No. Scratching my head in confusion. I got the bottom part pink somehow. Okay. Meh. I'm very quiet while drawing sometimes. Whoops. So, any more key details about those stars? Because I like to think that he's really into, like, space and stuff, and he's, like, pretty good friends with Astro because of it. Yeah, because, in my mind, I feel like just because a character is, like, shipped with another one, or, like, if another character is dating another character, they still can have friends, I mean. Like, I've seen that many times before where, like, two people, like, someone will draw a toon with another toon, and they'll be like, that's not factually incorrect, and I'm like, you know, toons can have other friends. Like, you can have other friends than the friends in your friend group. You can plurally just have more friends than one. I mean, I have more friends than one, and I don't even really talk to people. So yeah, in my mind, I think that Cosmo's pretty good friends with Astro. Yeah, why not? It's kind of funny that he just has some leaves in him, and he's like, hi. Hello, I'm here. Boop. A little piece of frosting. There we go. Not me forgetting to draw Cosmo's actual feet. Whoops. There we go. Now, matching bracelets. Because, yes. I know I'm changing the bracelet design, but I prefer it when, like, bracelets. If it's a friendship bracelet, it coordinates with the friendship. completely. So, yeah. I'm giving him a heart bracelet. There we go. And so I'm taking this red and I'm just gonna, because this kind of looks like a carrot. Whoops. That's a little better. Sprinkles. Okay. I think that's it for Cosmo. I know that I did give him a bow, but I don't think it would be big enough to show. So, that is it for Cosmo. You shall go to the pile. Retro, what? You shall go to the pile. Right, around here. Yep. Pile you go. And that is all I am doing for now. I will make a part 2 doing the other 4, and then we will move on to the rares instead of the commons. The rare instead of the commons, yes. This has been Tapeworms. I'll see you next time, if that